guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Katie and today we are going to get into a little Q&A. So if you guys don't know me, you're gonna know me now. Okay, so a lot of you guys have been asking a lot of questions, so I figured I would do a little bit of a Q&A because who doesn't love a good Q&A? Get to know people. They're fun, you sit down, you chat. Also guys, really random, I really wanted to do a video maybe next week where I do like different hairstyles, like 2000s, like early 2000s hairstyles, like with like claw clips and different ones where like you like pin it back and like do all this like crazy stuff. I just thought it'd be really fun. If you guys want that, comment down below. With all that being said, let's get on into the questions. And I'm gonna kind of like power through these. There's low-key like a lot of questions, but I wanted to get to them. Okay, first question. Are you ready to have kids? I thought that was a really good question because yes, I'm ready to have kids. Like if I were to have a kid right now, I think I'd be 100% responsible and ready to take care of it. Do I want to have kids right now? No. I'm ready, but I'm not fully ready to where I will want kids, if that makes sense. Like I definitely want kids maybe in like 3 years, 2-3 years, but if I by some chance got pregnant, it'd be okay and I'd be ready, if that makes sense. Next question. What do you use to keep your hair so long and healthy? Well, first of all, thank you. I honestly, for the most part, I don't curl it a lot. I curled it today and it was like a rare thing. That's why I'm even filming a video. I was like, oh, I got ready. Like I should film a video because I don't get ready all the time. But I try not to wash it too much. I use good products on it. I'm trying to think what else. A lot of it's just like I got lucky with like good genetics on hair, but I also do take care of it. I don't use heat on it every day. I never blow dry it because I'm also lucky enough to not have to blow dry it. So if you don't have to, I think that's another step you could skip out on and not blow dry it, which is really good for your hair. Next question. Did you go to college? So I actually did go to college and I was supposed to go to the University of Michigan State. I did a year in community college and then I started my second year and then I was taking online classes and I moved to California and the time difference kind of messed me up. I kept submitting my paperwork at 9 or like 10 o'clock because I thought it was due at 12, but there was a 3-hour time difference. So everything I was submitting was late. Then I started like failing my classes and like, if you know me, I don't fail classes. Like the year before I got like a 4.0 and I tried really hard. I was just like, you know what? I don't think school's for me. I want to like focus full time on like YouTube and stuff. And I'm really glad that I did that, but not to knock school. I think school's really good and it challenges you to push yourself. What was your first impression of Josh when you saw him for the first time? Honestly, the first impression of Josh, I was like, oh my God, I was like, he's so hot. Like he's literally the hottest guy in the world. I was like, there's hot guys like this in Michigan? Cause like, not to knock any guy in Michigan, but just I haven't seen any hot guys recently. And I was like, am I dreaming? Like, who is he? But then also I met him and I was like, oh wow, he seems like really nice. He's probably a tool. I 100% thought that was like, oh, he's way too good to be true. There's no way. But I didn't care. I was still like, well, I gotta give him a chance, gotta find out. How has your mental health been? That's actually a really nice question. Luckily, I normally don't really struggle with mental health. Like I don't have anxiety. I normally am not like depressed or anything. I mean, I have my days. I think everyone has their days. So I would say I'm pretty blessed with that. But I will say there was a little point where like it was really weird. I got like sad out of nowhere for a couple weeks. I think that had to do with feeling a little homesick of moving to Arizona. And it's not because I wanted to go back to Michigan. It was more so like I felt like Josh and I didn't have a lot of friends in Arizona. Now I feel like we have a ton of friends. I feel like way better about that. It was just like, actually, you know what? No, it was when I had COVID because I was home for so long. I think it made me like so sad. Felt like I had no one. I hadn't seen anyone in so long. And it almost made me feel like a tiny bit depressed, made me feel a little sad. Yeah, so I feel like that was the only time that was kind of bad. But like other than that, I mean, everyone has their days, but for the most part, I feel like I'm lucky to kind of have like a positive mindset. And like, obviously I try to have a positive mindset, but sometimes I feel like certain people with their mental health, they can't get over that. So I'm very grateful that I don't struggle too bad with that. But thank you for asking. That's really sweet. How are you guys? Like comment down below. How are you guys? I want to know. Have you and Josh had sex yet? I love this question just cause like, well, for one, we're married. So there's your answer. Yes, we have. Do you sometimes feel that you maybe need some space with Josh being around? I'm actually not with Josh right now. We normally only spend a little bit of Saturdays apart, but today's Sunday because he went skydiving. He normally goes on Saturday. He couldn't go yesterday. Long story, but now he's going today. So honestly, I never feel like I need space from him, but I do find it fun sometimes when he goes and does his thing. I always miss him so much though, so it's not like I need space from him. It's just like it gives me time to do things that I like to do, like be creative, like make bracelets, like make shoes. Even even like take Instagram pictures. Like today I went and I like set up my tripod, did some TikToks, did some pictures, things that like I like to do that like he likes doing, but it's not like, he's not gonna spend nearly as much time as I'm gonna do it. It's just kind of fun to like have your own time as well. But I never really feel like I need space from him. What's your favorite thing about being married to Josh? He is the most kind, humble person ever. If anyone ever has a problem with Josh, it's probably a problem within themselves, because Josh is literally the nicest human being. I've never seen him be mean to someone. He's such a positive person. He's just like, I honestly cannot say a bad thing about Josh because he is not cocky. If you looked at Josh, you would be like, oh, he looks like he'd be like a tool. Like basically what my first assumption was. You'd think he'd be like a tool or like a jock or like, I don't know, just kind of like a jerk. He is the most humble man in the world. Like so sweet, so kind, so loving. I don't know many guys, like if you went to Josh right now as a girl or guy and you went and you cried to him, he's gonna cry with you. He's like so empathetic and so sweet that just like, I don't know, I can't say bad. I love him. I'm so in love with him. He's my best friend. So everything's my favorite thing about being married to Josh. Do you ever feel like you wish you hadn't moved to AZ? I have never felt like I haven't or like regretted moving to AZ. I love it here. I love the sunshine. I just love our house. I love our friends here. I feel so at home here, which is really weird because I've moved away from home and it made me feel really homesick before, but that was because I lived in LA. I love it here and I honestly don't want to go back to Michigan. I mean, I miss my family at times, but my goal right now would be to get my family and friends out here to live this amazing Arizona lifestyle. Like it's just, it fits my lifestyle so much more, and Michigan is so beautiful and so great. So I don't want to like dog on Michigan at all, but I really love it here. What is your skincare routine? Okay, so I actually thought this was a really good question because I had a full-blown skincare routine a couple months ago and my skin was breaking out like crazy, like so bad. And so I actually went to a dermatologist and he's like, oh, it's all your products that's making you break out. I stopped using all these products. And guys, I was using like brands that are like all clean, all like vegan, all this stuff, like all clean products. It doesn't matter. I think they're really bad for your skin. Honestly, I think less is more. And I've noticed that like my sister, she always just never used skin products and her skin was like perfect. So I stopped using products. And if I wear makeup, I'll wash it off with like these one wipes and that's about it. I don't really put product on my face anymore and my skin has never been this clear. Like right now I have foundation on, but I also, that's another thing. I normally don't wear foundation. I wore it today just to go take pictures and then I'm gonna take it off right after I film this video just because I think it's not good to have like liquid stuff on your skin. I normally would use a pressed powder. I think that's a little bit better for your skin. I literally was putting oil on my face and they said that like oil is bad if you break out. So I stopped doing that and it helped. Do you ever feel influenced to work out since Josh is very fit? I never feel like, oh, my husband's so shredded and fit, I need to be shredded so he'll love me or anything like that. I normally like, I like it because if he goes work out, I'm like, oh, I don't feel like it, but you know what? I kind of want to hang out with Josh. So I'll like tag along and then I'm so happy I went because I like feel better afterwards. So it's really nice because he really like pushes me and encourages me, but he's never ever commented on my body or anything to make me feel insecure about anything. That's another thing I love about him. He is just so sweet. When did you get into makeup? What's your favorite JD Beauty product? I've actually been into makeup since I was like younger. I try and wear more of like a natural everyday look though. I just feel like that looks prettier in my opinion. For me, I just like how I look when I look more naturally pretty rather than like crazy kicked down makeup. This is probably the most makeup I've worn in a long time and it's still pretty subtle. What's your favorite JD Beauty product? Definitely the lip glosses. The Boss Gloss is next level. And then we have so many cute glosses. I also like the eyeshadow palette and the mascara. Honestly, everything. I love it all. I love the mascara though. The mascara is like my like go-to product and the lip glosses. Looking back on your ex, do you have any regrets? This question is for both of you. They must think that Josh is here. So I don't. I guess the only regret I would say with my ex is maybe I could have been a little bit better too. Like I think it was a very toxic relationship, but we were also both very young. So like it is what it is. That was so long ago. Like I don't have any like hard feelings towards that or anything. I think I could have been like better too. Like I'm not saying I was perfect. I definitely think how the relationship ended was not my fault and very bad. But on my end, the only thing that I regret is, I don't know, because I guess you're young, you have to learn. I'd say just maybe like if we'd get in a fight and I would like yell back, I wish I wouldn't have let someone else yelling and acting a little bit like toxic. I wish I wouldn't have like reciprocated and done that back, if that makes sense. Was your very first kiss with your ex-boyfriend bad or good? Okay, so since Josh isn't here, I guess I can answer this. It was actually so bad and it wasn't my ex-boyfriend's fault. It was definitely my fault. I don't really know. I just remember laughing after because our first kiss, I literally went straight to making out, like no like kissing, peck, like kissing at all, like literally just straight making out, because I didn't know how to kiss, but like whatever, it wasn't like weird at the time or anything, but now I look back and I laugh. I was like, what was I doing? But whatever. I was so scared to have my first kiss too. That's another thing. If you're younger, you haven't had your first kiss, don't worry, it really isn't a big deal. I was like stressed about it. I literally always thought about it, but it's not a big deal. Are you on birth control? I'm actually not on birth control. I never really had a desire to go on it just because it kind of like messes with your hormones. I've heard of people saying they hate it, they gain weight on it, it just makes them feel like totally off. And I don't know if that's necessarily like a very natural thing to be on birth control, which I mean, I do so many things that aren't like natural. So that's not like my main reason. It's just more so I was like, I don't think I want to be on it. So I'm not. But yeah. What is your favorite thing about the JD fan base you created? I wouldn't even say I created it. I'd say it's just like, it kind of just happened. Like I would say everyone is so sweet. We have the most loyal, supportive people ever. People have followed me for like 9 years who are literally like my family. And I just think it's so cool to be able to share my life and to be there for you guys. And then you guys are also there for me. It's so cool. And I wouldn't even say like, oh, I created it or anything. It just kind of happened and I'm like very blessed for it. And it's just cool because I always knew like in my heart, like I wanted to be a YouTuber so bad, and I wanted this like lifestyle of like influencing younger girls and like being there for people and like being a leader kind of. That's kind of how I take this role. I take it pretty seriously because like I know a lot of people look up to me and I don't want to portray anything like, I don't know. I feel like you guys are like a JD army. Like I want you guys to be just as good of people as I want to be. So I don't know. I want everyone to be good and I take that pretty seriously, if that makes sense. First thing you thought about when Josh asked you to marry him. At first when he proposed, I literally looked at him and I was like, what are you doing? Like if you guys watch a proposal video back, I literally stared at him and I was like, huh? I was just like confused. I was like, what is he doing? And then it like clicked in my head. I was like, oh shoot, he's proposing. And then I was like, oh my God. I was like, this is really happening. I was like, this is so cool. What inspired JD Fit? So Josh and I both obviously loved fitness and I loved Lululemon at the time because I loved like athleisure wear. That was like really the only like poppin' brand at the time. And I was like so into it. I just loved how I felt in athleisure wear. And then Josh and I were like, we should create our own thing and like make a whole message behind it and like really like push people, like a whole like journey behind clothing rather than just like you like the piece of clothing, if that makes sense. So that's where like the whole JD Fit came from. Topper! You're gonna be grounded. Have you had a crush on anyone else while dating Josh? Okay, yeah. No, I'm just kidding. No, I've never. I don't even think, it's actually funny because ever since I've been with Josh, I've never been like, oh, that guy's really cute. Like I can like see an attract, I'll be like, oh, like he's a good looking guy, but not like a, oh, he's hot, like I want him. I've never felt that way just because one, I'm like so committed to Josh. Two, you're not getting better than Josh. Like you just really can't. So, you know? How do you deal with criticism and hate? I mean, there's times where like I'll read it and I'm like, dang, that really hurt. But there's a lot of times where I read it and I just laugh because I'm like, if I listened to what everyone said, I would be very, very depressed. People don't realize that like YouTubers and even celebrities, like I'm not saying I'm a celebrity, I'm saying like actual celebrities, they like read your mean comments. Like it hurts, like words hurt. So I would just advise you guys not to comment mean things. But I'd say for the most part, I just turn the other cheek, like look away, like I'm like, whatever. Like that's kind of sad that they would have to comment that. They must be hurting. So I look at it as like, I almost feel bad for them. And I just think it's good to not read hate comments too. First period story, I need help girl. This is actually really funny. It's so weird. When I was 15 years old, I started my period. I think I was like a sophomore or freshman in high school. And I was so excited to start my period. I know you're probably like, what the heck? I just felt like every other girl, like in middle school, they always talked about their period and they're like, oh, like I did this and that. And I literally just wanted to be, I felt like I was like a weirdo who was like left out, but that like is totally not the case. Like periods suck. I don't even know why anyone would want that. But I started right before a basketball game. And then I was so nervous. I don't even know, like, not to be TMI, I don't even know if I put a tampon or a pad on, but like I did. I put one of those. I don't know which one it was, but I just remember being so nervous because I was like playing basketball. Like that's all I could focus on the entire game. Yeah, I was just, I don't know why I was so excited. Like I was weird. Why did you get rid of your nose piercing? So I've had a nose piercing since I was like 15 up until I think I was like 20. And it was right while I was like dating Josh in the beginning. No specific reason reason or anything. I was just looking, I was doing my makeup or something, and whoever pierced my nose, low-key kind of pierced it bad. It was like off the bottom of my nose, and I kind of noticed it, and I couldn't stop staring at it. And I was like, honestly, like before I got my nose job, I was super insecure about my nose. I was like, this doesn't really like make my nose look cute or anything. I was like, I'm kind of over it. I was like, I've had my fun with it. I just was over it personally for me. And then I kept looking, I was like, oh, whoever did it like really bad. And so I just decided to take it out, and I'm kind of glad I did. Maybe one day I'll get it again. I don't know. I thought it was really cute for the time being, but it's nice not to have it in, especially now that I have a nose job. I don't know if I'd get it again though, actually. Someone wants a butt workout. That's not a question, but I actually am gonna film one for you guys maybe tomorrow at the gym. We just got a new camera, so I'm gonna go film that for you guys. I'm gonna film like my favorite butt workout with like booty bands. It's at the gym, it's like lifting weight. It is literally next level, the best workout ever. And our trainer actually did it for us, Preacher Chris, and it's unreal, and I want you guys to try it. So I'm gonna film a video on that. Okay, last question. What is your number one goal for 2022? I would say to travel as much as possible. I have a couple, so I'm gonna give you a couple. To travel as much as possible, and then also be very positive and just try not to be negative on like my mindset or anything. Like anytime someone says like something with gossip or something, I wanna try and like shut it down and just be a very positive person. Because I know a lot of times, like I would say I'm a very positive person, but everyone struggles with someone talking bad about someone. You're like, oh yeah, really? I just want to be so positive and just be like, I don't know, just be like a light rather than someone who adds to negativity, if that makes sense. So that's one of my goals this year, is to just keep being really positive. And I hope you guys do the exact same. Also, guys, comment down below what videos you want to see from me. I said that last video, but no one commented anything. They're just like, oh, I love this video. But I was like, guys, I need video ideas. What do I do? So comment down below what you guys want. If you guys want that hairstyle video, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do the butt workout. And I just wanna say I love you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you guys subscribe if you're not subscribed. Also turn on your notification bell so you guys can get notifications when I post. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.